This week is all things automotive, so I'm turning to the comments. I've produced so many car-related videos, tips, tricks, and definitely inspiring people to figure out that they can do some car maintenance on their own. You know, the stuff that costs like $50, $100, all those kind of things, you can do those at home. You don't have to pay a mechanic or repair shop to replace your windshield wiper. So there's so much you can do on your car by yourself. So let's see what you had to say. All fun and games until your electric vehicle burst into flames. Well, that's a little bit extreme. So I test drove a Lucid, and I've driven a Tesla before, and I enjoy Tesla. I think they're super, super cool cars. This Lucid was on another level. It's their highest end model, their like sports car, their luxury vehicle. And I mean, the bells and whistles were just incredible. It's not gonna catch on fire. I mean, I'm sure there's plenty of safety regulations to keep you safe, but what I will say is they need a governor on some of these electric cars. That thing goes so fast. It even had a turbo mode that we tried out, and it's, you put your foot in the brake and it goes as fast as it can right off the starting line. I felt like a drag race. It was a little insane. But I guess every car is making tiny explosions because like gasoline's combustible, so like there's fire everywhere, right? Your cars, yeah, but anyways, cars are safe. Here I am getting triggered by this comment. That's very odd clickbait. I don't know what that's referencing, but we don't do clickbait here.
It was how to transform your old car to new.
Oh, we were saying transform your old car into new. So basically what I meant by that is just easy upgrades. How do you make your current older vehicle that may be lacking some features a little bit more comfortable? A lot of us have to drive legacy vehicles. We can't afford newer vehicles. So how can we include some of those modern upgrades and updates in your car? And there's a lot you can do. Add Bluetooth. If all you have is a cassette player or a CD player, you can add different features, and a lot of them are very low cost compared to like buying a brand new bells and whistle car. If you're looking at adding like a rear view camera, you can easily do that with modern technology. You can buy third party, you can buy aftermarket. I was like, what is it called again? You can buy aftermarket pieces and components. One thing that I really love is when people can do things themselves. Yes, you can pay other people, but think about how much you're learning, installing something yourself, figuring out how to fix something on your car yourself. That's really what I want to inspire. Less, you know, put this cheap camera in your car, but more like what is the experience like for you to actually upgrade your vehicle, to be working on it, to open the hood, to figure out how the electronic components, that's gonna be a life skill just from you adding one thing to your car. And of course, it's always gonna be cheaper to add a feature to your car than buy a whole new car just for that one feature. The Jeep is the poverty spec Mercedes G-Wagon. I love my Jeep. I'm kind of a Jeep lifer. I've always wanted a G-Wagon. It's my dream car, but my first dream car was always a Jeep. And what I realized after driving the G-Wagon is I think I just want a new Jeep. G-Wagon's awesome, but for the price, if it's not an easy, affordable thing for you, go with something within your price range that makes you just as happy. How to transform your old car, just buy a new car. Well, with interest rates the way they are, with car prices the way they are, and what incomes, you know, the way they are, it can be hard to buy a new car. And I've found renewed like respect for my vehicle, just making some small steps to like fix it up, keeping it running in good condition has made me feel like I have a new car versus spending the money to get a new car, which some people can't afford. And if you're feeling the need for a new car, I think a rental is a good thing to scratch that itch. That's why I wanted to rent the G-Wagon. It's my dream car. I've never really driven it, never really been in one before. See them all the time on the streets, and I just was always curious. So weekend rental helped scratch that itch for pennies on the dollar. And it was fun. It was worth the money for me to rent it and experience it than sitting here wondering and then one day spend, you know, all that money on a car that I don't really like. Not that you would do that, you would test drive and stuff, but you know what I mean. Like, indulge yourself. If you're really into cars and you want a Tesla, rent one for the weekend, Turo, or even like borrow a friend's car. I know it can get a little iffy there, but yeah, if your friend has a car that you love, like, have them take you for a drive in it. And the great thing about renting too is you don't have the pressure of a sale if you go to a dealership and try to do a test drive. Just rent the car. Nobody's gonna say anything. You're covered. You get to enjoy it and experience it. And what I love about renting a vehicle that you're interested in, you really get to experience life in that car. How it fits in your garage, how it fits in your driveway, you know, if it's an electric vehicle, where are you gonna plug that thing in? How do groceries fit in the trunk? So like, save up some errands and do that with that vehicle so you can really experience what life is like. You know, drop the kids off at, you know, sports or their activities, in that rental car, and then you can really be like, oh, this is gonna fit well in my life, or, oh, I didn't realize that the trunk was so small, so maybe I need a different vehicle. There's so many things you can learn just from renting and giving yourself the time to live life like you would in that vehicle while you rent it. How to transform your old car, just buy new. Okay, it's very simple. Exactly what I thought when reading the title. Okay, not everyone can afford. Yeah, here we go. People are responding. This is what I love about our audience. This is what I love about you guys. You will get in the comments and tell other people exactly what I would say. So thank you, problem solvers, for always being in there in the comments and helping build this community. Not everyone can afford a new vehicle. My van has a wheelchair lift. It's an older van. To have that taken out of my old van and put into a new one is horrendously expensive. The lift alone is $10,000. See, everybody's situation is different. And even those of you in the comments right now saying, just buy a new car. Well, can you afford a new car right now at the drop of a dime? Probably not. It's not always about, and I kind of live this motto with everything. You may have noticed it because I like kitchen tools that are multi-purpose, and I like to get multiple uses out of everything that I have. Same thing goes for your vehicle. I think a lot of times we get caught up wanting something new, wanting something different, wanting a bigger house. Your house could be perfect the way it is if you got it organized, if you took care of small projects that you need to make it a little bit more livable, a little bit more comfortable. A better life is not $100,000 away. A better life could be process and a couple $100s away. It's really about how you look at things and how you enjoy and appreciate what you have and make it the best it can be versus always wanting something new and shiny and bigger and better. I just teared up then. But it's so true. And thank you for helping me realize that that's kind of like my motto, my ethos for life. Oh, so the person followed up. They said, I work minimum wage as a student. It was obviously a joke. Don't take anything so seriously you read on the internet. Okay, I get that some people are joking, but at least you get what it means. How to quickly defrost the windshield. I know a lot of the countries dealing with severe cold weather. If you're somewhere where you're dealing with severe weather, we did a video on how to quickly defrost windshields. So this person is saying, instead of dish soap, I recommend using car wash soap made for ceramic coating. If you have a ceramically coated car. So that's a good tip too. And you can use that little bit of dish soap. What I like about the dish soap is when we did the video, it's supposed to help create a barrier, a protectant on your windshield so it won't refrost or freeze so easily. But yeah, you can definitely try out the car wash soap, especially if you have a sensitive coating on your car. Good tip. In a lot of cases, a specialty product or a specific product designed for your car might be the right choice, but you may not always have that on hand. And if you're only gonna be using it a little bit, you don't wanna get a huge jug of car wash soap if you're not using it all the time to just have it sit in the garage or on the shelf. So dish soap, everybody has. It's a quick go-to. Once again, problem solved, all about having a back pocket solution with stuff you have on hand. My husband is a paramedic instructor, so he kept a medical bag in his car. We live in Germany, so we're also required to keep you have to keep a traffic triangle in your car. That's interesting. Enough reflective vest for the number of seats you have in a car. It's like a cruise ship. Cruise ships, you have to have a life vest, or any kind of boat, you have to have enough life vests for everybody on board. Germany treats their cars like, you gotta have reflective vests for people in there? I didn't know this. And a first aid kit. I think this should be standard practice here in America too. I really enjoy it. Good job, Germany. I appreciate your automotive laws. Actually, I was in Germany and I was on a group tour, and somebody who lived there, I think our tour guide who lived there, was telling us how hard it is to get a driver's license in Germany. Germany is like very strict, very specific with their licensing, their requirements to allow people to drive. And I think they were saying this, I brought this up because there's maybe I shouldn't say this because I don't want to misquote it, but like a low rate of driving accidents and like drunk driving because of how stringent their laws are and how stringent it is when you do something wrong or bad that you can't drive anymore. You're off the road, your license is taken away. So it's very, very strict driving rules, which leads to better outcomes with driving, which I thought was very fascinating. And I think this is part of it for sure. Traffic cones, a traffic triangle, reflective vest, and first aid all in your car. And you also keep blankets, bottled waters, and granola bars. I think that's great. I like to keep like a few handy, helpful items in my car because you always leave the house and you're like, oh, I forgot something, or oh, car. It'd be nice, and especially in emergencies, you wanna have what you need in your car, especially in a case where like help may be far away and you need to kind of take the action to do it yourself. That's why I always say, practice a few scenarios, learn how to change a tire, learn how to jump a battery, do the simple stuff, because when it comes down to it, those skills are gonna help you 10 times more than being upset and frustrated and, you know, in a scenario you don't wanna be in. I do have a little bit of a story time. How I learned to change a tire. I was going to a concert as a kid. This is in high school. I took my parents' minivan and I had a few friends in back and, you know, was so proud to be driving on the road, you know, hour and a half away to this concert. Well, the car gets a flat tire. So bummed, and I was going to go see Dashboard Confessionals, that's who it was, but the concert was far away. So we had to take a little road trip, a mini road trip to get there. Well, the tire's flat, and this is, you know, early cell phone days, so I had a cell phone, but you know, it's not like I could look up on Google or call AAA really easily. I like really had to like figure it out. Well, I didn't know how to change a tire at the time. So I just looked at it and I was like, I don't know what to do. I barely know how to drive. I just got my license. I could just barely been able to like haul my friends in the back. I was with a 13, 14-year-old kid. He was a friend of a friend who was coming with us. And he was the only one in the group in this minivan who knew how to change a tire. All these 16, 17-year-olds and the 13-year-old had good parents. I'm guessing maybe a good dad or a good mom who taught him how to change that tire. So he saved us that day, put on the spare, all that. And that was the day I was like, I think everybody, if you know how to drive a car, you should know how to change the tire. Long story short, I'm a long-winded storyteller, let me tell you. This kind of goes back to me saying like, appreciate what you have, take care of what you have, make what you have last, because it'll feel newer longer. So I try to keep my car very, very clean. Not because, because I'm a little bit of a neat freak, but it also like helps hold the value of the car. It helps, quite honestly, the more you respect your car and your space, this even works for your home, the better value intrinsically it'll have over time because you're taking care of it. And it's, you know, a clean car is a visual reminder that maybe I should drive a little safer or, you know, like do more maintenance, or it's just being more aware of your car, more aware of your surroundings. If you treat your car like garbage, that's when it's gonna have problems and not run correctly, and you're not gonna pay attention to the check engine light and, you know, all these things. The more you pay attention, the more effort you put into trying to keep up with the maintenance, keep up with the cleanliness. And then when you go to sell it, it's not like you're losing out on thousands of dollars because you have a dirty seat, you have stained carpets, you got, you know, scratches on your hood and all that. No, you've taken the time to clean and repair and fix those things as problems come up. I'm just saying. And keep some napkins in your glove box. I love a good napkin. Messes, let me tell you, I spilled a milkshake in my car once. First off, that was the last time I ever allowed a Frappuccino or any kind of creamy beverage in my car. I mean, I still allow coffee in my car, but it's just like coffee and water. Once it's a milkshake or something sticky and something gross, oh, it's the worst. And the problem was I had just like taken everything out of my car, spilled this huge milkshake in the car. I mean, like 90% of it was in the console and in between the seats and everything, and not a napkin in sight, not a one napkin in sight. So let me tell you, always have something to quick clean, because if that stuff sits and soaks in and you let it like seep down into the crowd, you're never gonna be able to clean it. So being able to quick clean something, having stuff on hand. I even like to keep some wet wipes. I actually keep those in my backpack so they don't dry out in my car, but always having some wet wipes on hand or a little go kit you bring with you could make all the difference. Take your car tires for making jam. What does that mean? Oh, like smashing fruit with your car tires to turn it into jam? Gosh, the internet is so silly. Thank you, Joe, if that's your name. Joe R. something. Thank you. We will not be making jam with our tires. It's creative though. Car jam. I mean, I've heard of toe jam, but is there this car? That's car jam.
Traffic jam.
Traffic jam. Oh, that's a good joke. Thank you. Strawn's behind the camera here. What kind of jam can a car make? Traffic jam. Of course he has the dad jokes. I see. Such a dad joke. You gotta tell the boys that in the car. I'll be like, what? Traffic jam. Yeah. So thank you for this comment now, because now I got such a good joke, such a silly joke. I'm just gonna keep telling that to people at Barrett Jackson. So if I meet somebody, I'm gonna be like, hey, What kind of jam do cars make? 6 hacks to carve a pumpkin for Halloween. Is this the car review guy? Here's what I love about Problem Solve. And this has been a big part of like why we do so many different things. Problems don't just arise in one category of your life. They tend to arise in multiple categories. I've always been inspired by the things that just come up. Like if I have a problem, I'm gonna figure out how to tackle it and share it with you all. Apparently, this person has only seen maybe some of our car videos, and now I'm carving a pumpkin. I was like, why is this car guy carving a pumpkin? No, we tackle all problems in life, from pumpkins to your vehicle. Oh, that's too funny. Beep, 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 beep. And there's another one. 5 ways to keep your sink fresh and clean. Isn't this the guy that does the car reviews? Well, are they confusing me with somebody else? Because they keep saying reviews. I do like tips and tricks, but I don't do reviews. Who is this person? There's a person who does car reviews that apparently looks like me. Okay, so how to fix water damaged phone. I'd mentioned you can use the silica gel packets for your phone to get rid of all that extra moisture in your phone before you reactivate it. We could do the same thing with like key fobs or anything, you know, if you got little ones who like would truck a remote control or whatever it may be into water, find a remote control in your fish tank. I don't know. Your keys, if they end up in water, if you take a dive with keys in your pocket, then you can try to clear them out, dry it out with the silica gel packet trick. So this is the context for...
Behind me is a hydrogen-powered Toyota Mirai, and this car makes 0 sense.
I actually think I've seen this guy before. What's his name? Forrest? Forrest Auto Reviews?
Exactly.
People, this is not me. I am not the car review guy. But he seems cool. I like his energy, and I have actually seen like 1 or 2 of these videos. I think they're really cool.
This has 3 giant hydrogen tanks.
It's a hydrogen-powered car?
Wait until you see the back seat.
Oh, there's no room in that back seat. Jeez Louise, that's only for like, you must be at maximum 100 pounds. This guy, he's like, it looks like 6'5", and he tried to get back there. He's like, well, you know, that's why I said rent, because like if you can't fit in your back seat. Actually, that was my other thing. That's what I did when I did test drive. I test drove the Lucid, but that's one thing I did is I sat in all the seats. Like, you think I'm gonna get a new car, I just need to sit in the driver's seat. No, know what it's like to sit in the passenger seat, know what it's like to sit in the back seat, in the middle. Okay, how to deodorize smelly shoes. Sometimes I put this in the trunk of my car so that the heat and the sun that accumulates there can sanitize it. That's kind of cool. You must mean like you have a trunk in your car with a window so like light can get through and stuff. Sometimes I put it, because I think I did baking soda for how to deodorize your smelly shoes and make the little sachets. But yeah, I actually did a series on deodorizing your car. I made little deodorizing, you know, essential oil and baking soda things in a mason jar. Little deodorizers, DIY deodorizers. So the same things you're using in your house to clean and vacuum and stuff, don't think your car needs separate cleaning stuff. You can use the same stuff in your house on your car. For the most part, I think somebody's probably gonna come after me. No, you shouldn't put whatever on your car. You can clean your car the same way, trust me. Here's another one. Isn't this the guy that does the car? Okay, Jordan Peele, I get it, because I think I kind of look like him. Sometimes I'll see Jordan Peele and be like, oh no, that's not me. Nope. That was not me at the BAFTA Film Awards. Or was it? No. But I'm most definitely not our hair alone. He's got the world's such long hair. Actually, should I do that? Grow my hair out? It's kind of a good look. No? What do you think? No? Okay, we'll just go with no. Okay, how to fix water damaged phone. Can also get the moist car absorber stuff from auto parts store, hardware store, maybe Walmart. I don't think I've seen those, but I kind of know what you're talking about. I'll have to look into those. Once again, I'd rather use baking soda, have some activated charcoal that I have at my house. I like things that are multi-purpose. We haven't figured that out already. Just picking up something quick from the automotive store or the automotive section at Walmart works for you. Go ahead. I like a DIY solution, but that's why all these products and stuff exist, because if they work for you and they're easy and convenient, go ahead and do it. Affordable ways to get around the city. That must be nice. My city barely has bike lanes or roads, let alone bike roads by themselves. I have to use the sidewalk. Car drivers are aggressive. Oh yeah. I love a bikeable city. I love a walkable city. and I love a bikeable city. This one seems interesting. How to fix water damaged phone. The water damaged phone is inspiring a lot of car responses, which I think is very kind of odd. But anyways, if it is summertime, I wrap it in a towel that is very absorbent and put it in your car or in your dash for 30 minutes to an hour, depending on how long it was in the water. Don't put it direct sunlight and it may ruin it. That's kind of interesting. Here's what I love about this. People are out there, you're out there, what's your name? Heather? Heather, bravo to you. I'm not gonna say if this is good or bad, but I might get into it. Heather, I appreciate you using your brain, trying a different method and trying something new to solve your problem. That's what we're here for, trying to let people find creative ways to fix the problems in their life. And I love that. You know, if you ever had a thought like, oh gosh, this is wet, and you reach for a blow dryer, I applaud you. There's easy, fun ways to take care of all of our little messes in life. And I think this is great. I would be hesitant to try this though, because phones and heat can really damage phones. So even if you're leaving it in your car to dry out, you actually want to power it down and dry it out over a prolonged length of time versus trying to dry it out quickly just because of that heat. Heat can damage a lot on your phone. So keeping it at room temperature to dry out is gonna be a lot more safer and effective for your technology, for your phone, than trying to find a quick dry method. So that's why I wouldn't do something like try to put it in your dryer wrapped in a big towel, or anything like that. It's not about getting it dry, it's about drying it out the proper way. Well, that was a lot of great and creative comments. Thank you so much for your comments. There's always so many insights from everybody out there.